Hi, church family. It's Elizabeth here. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I'm starting out behind the scenes here so you can see a little bit of the chaos that is the making of a home concert. It's been a huge amount of fun, and I'm so grateful that Colleen and Justin asked me to do this. It's an honor and a real joy to be able to share music with you, even in this way. The beauty being that we can, even though we're not together, we can check it out at different moments, and you can tune in later. And I'm thinking of you all, doing this now, days before it's actually going to be up online. So as I'm speaking to you now, it is a snowy day. And on Saturday, when you're going to be watching this, I will be on a plane to Saskatoon. So I just want to wish you all well. Thank you so much for contributing to our Partners in Mission. There'll be a video a little bit later on just explaining a bit about what the Partners in Mission is about and what we're doing. And I hope you enjoy the show and wish you well. All right, bye. I don't know if any of you are gardeners, but I have become a gardener because living up where we do, out in the woods, I was going to say there's not a lot to do, and that's kind of true. There is a lot to do, but it all has to do with being outside, and so gardening is sort of a natural thing. And so I've discovered that I love gardening. I have a huge veggie garden now, and each year it gets a little bit bigger. And so spring has become an extra special time. Just to give you an idea, behind this curtain here right now, there's about 4 feet of snow still. But we've already started planting these little seedlings, or seeds that are turning into seedlings. I've got like a little grow op set up with like lights and shelves and everything, and it's quite ambitious. And my kids daily, they check in and see how the seeds are doing. And it's beautiful. It feels like an incredibly hopeful act. And I think that's what I love about this phase of gardening, is it seems like against all odds, even though there's, minus 10 degrees and 4 feet of snow, life is growing and life is continuing. And it's such a beautiful analogy for the roots of hope. I think that even when we can't tell what is happening, life and creation is still so vibrant and afoot, and God never rests. Creation never sleeps. So I'm going to play one of my favorite spring hymns now. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where his feet pass. Oh, 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 da, da. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning of God's recreation of the new day. Oh, and We've all had to get pretty creative during the pandemic, and of course, I'm no exception. We've all certainly honed our computer and video skills, n'est-ce pas? So I'm going to try and put some of that into action for the next song. It's a cover of Lokua Kanza song. He's a singer from DRC, and it's a beautiful song in Lingala called Oh Yahweh, and it's a plea. And so what I've done for this one is I've recorded myself multiple times and kind of stacked them and layered them. So enjoy. In February of 2020, a bass player by the name of Jasper Højby, who's Danish, as you can maybe tell by his name, came to spend 2 weeks here. We had a creation grant, so the deal was we had to come up with a bunch of music. And it was a super fruitful time of collaboration and breaking bread and just sort of getting to know each other better. It was right before the pandemic, of course, and so I left those 2 weeks saying, that's it, I'm going to collaborate with people henceforth, no more this lone wolf thing. Except then it was an enforced kind of lone wolf period. But I did have some of these sort of field recordings of ideas that we had worked out together. And so I have one of them here that I'm going to play, and then I'm going to use this little loop station, which can make myself sound like more than one person. And, that's how we combat the loneliness through the pandemic, isn't it? Is with all these gadgets and staying connected in the ways that we can. So this is a song of Thanksgiving, aptly titled, Thank You. pulse that's still beating. A face can turn up to the sky, and they keep I'll sing as I cry. 'Cause this is how I thank you for the gift of one day more. This life I know is love's greatest reward. As long as there's a pulse that's still beating, my face can turn up to the sky, and joyfully I'll sing as I cry. 'Cause this is how I thank you for the gift of one day more. This love I know is life's greatest reward. And I thank you, 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 thank you, thank you, thank you. So a few years ago, I had the chance to go to the National Music Camp, which is the sort of, it's a Salvation Army music camp for kids 16 to 30. And I was doing a vocal elective, and it was this great opportunity to sort of investigate all these hymns and try and turn them inside out and make them different and new, and kind of like breathe some new, fresh, musical life into them. Not that they need that, and some of them are great as is, don't get me wrong, but some of them, it was sort of like a challenge to myself to see how can I make this shine in a different light. And so one of those was a hymn called Wondrous Love. What Wondrous Love is this, oh my soul. And so I did a setting of it, and it was initially for an ensemble of 12 voices, and I'm going to try and do it now with just one voice. So this is Wondrous Love. What wondrous love is this, oh my soul? What wondrous love is this, oh my soul? Cause the Lord of bliss to bear the dreadful curse for my soul, for my soul. When I was sinking down, when I was sinking down, beneath God's righteous frown, Christ laid aside his crown for my soul, for my soul. To God and to the Lamb I will sing to God the Lamb, to the Lamb who is the great I am. While millions join the theme, I will sing. And when from death I'm free, I'll sing on. His love for me. And through eternity, I'll sing on, I'll sing on, sing on, I'll 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 sing on, now sing on, I'll sing on.
After more than a year of economic, social, and health crisis around the world, we are reminded of the resilience, adaptability, and strength of the Salvation Army worldwide. When it seemed like everything was shutting down, the Salvation Army in every corner of the globe continued to march. That, in large part, was thanks to you and your support to the international work of the Salvation Army. As Director of the International Development Department in Canada and Bermuda, I am pleased to welcome you to the 2022 Partners in Mission Self-Denial Campaign. This year, we're highlighting the efforts and triumphs of Salvation Army ministry around the world. From children's sponsorship in Brazil to life-changing education for women in Congo-Brazzaville, to community health programs in India, you will see how your support to the Self-Denial Campaign can make a real and practical difference in the lives of so many. The money that we raise helps to support the international work of the Salvation Army wherever the flag flies. This year, we seek to raise $2.3 million. William Booth, founder of the Salvation Army, once said, "Your days at the most cannot be very long, so use them to the best of your ability for the glory of God and the benefit of your generation." Now, more than ever, we realize the power we hold when we all work together. It is our hope that with this video series, you will see how your acts of self-denial continue to transform communities and inspire worldwide unity. Together, we rise from isolation, and together, we will show God's love to a healing world.
So 2020 was a bit of a rough year, to say the least. The pandemic was hard, but I found almost as hard was watching the world unravel, and with the murder of George Floyd and the the sort of falling apart of the U.S. and it's just kind of seems like it's just going on, and it's easy to lose hope and despair and just wonder, where's God in all this? But I take hope in the knowledge that that love does rule supreme, and maybe we're just not on that side of events yet. So I wrote this next song called "We've Got Love" as a reminder that in the midst of all this craziness, we do have love. That's Mark Nelson on the drums. He's not here, but this is a bit of a pandemic song in that I was able to to write a song to his groove, and kind of featuring him remotely. 20 years into the 21st century, and all its backwards facing, tail chasing glory. It might seem as though somebody's out to get you, and no one's got your back, but you know that's not true. Fake news kept in the hope of stay about, keep it down. Here's our chance to turn this shit all around. Us together we're stronger than we'll ever believe. So grab a hold of the pulse of the 21st century. We got what it takes to grow from these mistakes. We watch, so I know just where we've gotta go. Our hearts, they're out of time, but we can still read the signs. We've got just what it takes to grow from these mistakes. We got love, we got love, So as the world sits back and watches liars climb their ranks to heaven, fly next to the sun, and while it may seem those wings will never burn, there's a justice on the side still left undone. Fake news kept in the hope, stay apart, won't keep it down. Here's our chance to turn this all around. Cause together we're stronger than you'll ever believe. So grab a hold of the pulse of the 21st century. We've got just what it takes to grow from these mistakes. We watch, so now we know just where we've gotta go. Our hearts feel out of time, but we can still read the signs. We've got just what it takes to grow from these mistakes. We got love, we got love, we got what it takes. We got love, we got love. We all know, or hopefully we know, how important grace and mercy are to our survival, I would say, to our, not only that, but our épanouissement, our development as humans. And I mean, that's the crux of our faith, isn't it? And I feel like, for me, getting older, the biggest lesson in grace and mercy was in becoming a parent, because it's something that I am constantly aware of my need for grace as I raise these little ones. So this is a song about just that, about mercy and grace as a parent, but as a spouse, as a human. This is called Mercy. Wide awake, I listen to my little one. She she's trying sound and wordless expression. I mistake deciphering another cry. It's a guesswork of the saints, and I'm just not gifted watching little feet begin to walk away from me. Her breath is becoming turn around. She reaches back as gravity steps in to remind her that we all live on mercy. I don't look for a perfect way, get lost in the lonely places, 'cause falling we slip away and open ourselves to graces. Wide awake, I listen to you breathe across the silence of all my many feelings, searching. I borrow sound to try to explain how it is that I still need you building hours into days into a lifetime. It never comes easy, and all I've read in every song I've tried to sing, there's nothing more to love than the ember of mercy. Don't look for a perfect way, get lost in the lonely places, 'cause falling we slip away and open ourselves to graces. Don't look for a perfect way, get lost in the lonely places, 'cause falling we slip away and open ourselves to graces. I don't know if you've ever felt like you don't belong, but maybe this is the affliction of being an officer's kid. Maybe it's just the affliction of being human. But there are always times, I think, at which we felt like we don't belong, and it's especially painful when that happens within our church family. And that was not always my experience. Certainly, my experience was more the opposite. That the church family was the one constant. But it does happen, and at those times, it's important to not let people get in the way of God and the promise that there's room at the table for all of us. And so this song is a reminder of that we're not guests, that this is our home. First one up is waiting by the door. I'm too broken, I'm too poor. Next in line takes one step in, sees the sun and leaves again. In so long in misery, feeling home and tragedy. guest child, this is your home. Have a seat, cause the table is long. Your place has been set since you were born. I've known you from the start. You're my heart. You're my heart. Each invite and many turn away. All it wants to love and keep you safe. Heard them all, excuses and the fears. Lies as ancient as the years. The bigger the load, the freer you could live. Less you have, the more I can give. To be here when my light will be on. Go to me and I will come. You're no guest child, this is your home. Have a seat, cause the table is long. Place has been set since you were born. Known you from the start, yeah. You're no guest child, this is your home. Have a seat, cause the table is long. Your place has been set since you were born. I've known you from the start. You're my heart. 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 Thank you so much for tuning in, for contributing to our Partners in Mission fundraising. We do good work, and by I say we, I mean everyone who's contributing here across the world. And of course, if we're all doing it because we have the heart to do so, it's been placed on our hearts to give what we can in the ways that we can, and all of it with love and by grace. So thanks for playing your part, and thank you for Colleen and Justin for asking me to play my part. And I'm going to leave you with a prayer that I love, and I think is especially worth hearing at this time. Let nothing disturb you, nothing frighten you, for all things are passing. God never changes, patient endurance attains to all things.